Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's session about speaking. Now, we're going to discuss about 5 ways you can improve your oral fluency and how you can ace your speaking. All right, this is Obi, and I will be conducting the session for you today. Now, let's jump straight into it. The first thing you need to do, and we will look into this thing task by task and how you can improve fluency for each task and what are the things that you need to do in each of those tasks to improve your overall score. Okay, now first thing we need to look into read aloud. Now in the preparation part, remember during the read aloud preparation part, the way to improve your fluency is not to read in the preparation softly, it is to read loudly and quickly. Why? When you read loudly and quickly, you're going to come across some words that you'll hesitate in, and that's where you stop and you read them at least twice. That helps you to gather momentum, which you will bring into your performance, which is the next step. All right. And remember that whenever we do speaking, fluency, some people think that it's about how fast you read. That's the worst misperception. All right. Fluency is not about fast, fluency is about flow. Now, whenever you're speaking, remember the flow must be in smooth phrases. That means you have to have 5 or 4 words, 5 to 6 words, and then micropause, 5 to 6 words, micropause. You can extend that up to 8 words if you want. But that micropauses and 5 to 6 words, micropauses, 5 to 8 words, that is how you have a smooth intonation and a smooth flow in your fluency. That is the one that creates your fluency. Remember that, right? Obviously, breathing in and out during the commas and the pauses, full stops are important. It helps you with your flow as well. So let's have a look at what needs to be done, right? So first one, Orientalists, like many other 19th century thinkers. All right. Now here, like many other 19th century thinkers, if I read that fast, that's not going to give me flow. Flow means that I need to read those 4 to 5 words like many other 19th century thinkers in a proper way without micropauses, and then during the comma take a micropause, or after 5 or 6 words take a micropause. So Orientalists, like many other 19th century thinkers, conceive of humanity either in large collective terms or in abstract generalities. Orientalists are neither interested in nor capable of discussing individuals. Instead, artificial entities predominate. Now you see that flow. Again, the micropauses are coming after 5 to 6 words. All right, that is very, very important. Okay, when it comes to fluency. Obviously, the other things that you need to do in speaking is don't hesitate. All right, wherever you hesitate, now the preparation part in read aloud is very crucial. That's where you fix your hesitation so that you don't have that issue. All right, that's one way. The other thing is repetition. You can't repeat the same word over. For example, Orientalist. Now, when I'm reading this during my performance, I go like Orientalists, Orientalists. You can't do that. That's obviously going to impact your score. The other thing is adding these things impact your fluency as well. So we call them fillers. Don't add fillers to the performance part time. And another thing that commonly is done by students is that during the performance or during when you're about to start, you wait for the bar to move one blue box. So for example, you'll have a bar at the end, at the beginning of your starting, so it says recording. Now whenever your status changes to recording, that's when you're immediately supposed to speak. But certain students, what they do is the recording status turns on and you take about first bar to start. Now that first bar, before that first bar pops up, it is about 1 or 2 seconds. Now you're taking 2 or 1 seconds time to start, right? Start immediately whenever the status says recording. So it will say beginning in certain seconds, and then it'll change to status recording. The minute it says recording, you need to start speaking. And that applies for every single speaking task. This is the way you improve fluency, not by reading as fast as you can. Okay. Repeat sentences. Now, again, the common thing about repeat sentences is obviously note taking. Now, a lot of you I know that have a hard time with note taking. Please attend those sessions, the special sessions on repeat sentences, or even the lectures on repeat sentences. Go through the lecture as you will see the way it needs to be done. It is based on initials. It is based on taking notes, but some of you end up taking notes while you listen to the audio. Now, the rule is that you're supposed to take notes from your memory. This is one crucial factor into your note taking. So for more details on that, please go through the lecture because it's a long lecture and this is a short video and I'm trying to just incorporate all the ideas of speaking into one. So please go through the repeat sentence lecture, all right? And make sure you use the initials method. It helps a lot. And the other thing is that in repeat sentences, if you're not sure about certain words in the sentence and you end up hesitating on those, do not. Right? That's the most important thing. Whatever you remember from that sentence, read it confidently without pauses, finish and click next. Any part you're not sure, you don't know what to say, if you can come up with something right on that spot, it's okay. But if not, just end the sentence over there and finish it. All right. So for example, of course, you can only choose. Now you see, I messed up the word also. I said only. Don't think, because some students will go, only choose, and then go back and try to fix it. Don't do that. Of course, you can, because that's gone. Now, if you go back, it's going to affect your fluency. So of course, you can also choose to have your grades emailed to you. One of the salient characteristics in academic writing. Done. I don't remember the next part is the tendency to use formal words. I'm not going to try and read that because that affects my fluency. Obviously, I'm losing marks for content. That's why the note taking is so important, so that I don't lose marks for content. So this is the reason you need to take notes and focus on initials. All right. For describe image, the template, that's pretty straightforward. Memorize the template and don't overthink when you are doing describe image. Example in here. So for example, a lot of the students don't see a title. The first thing they're going to start doing is they'll come up with titles on their own. Now you have 25 seconds. In that 25 seconds, prepare what you will need to say. So for example, I don't have a title, but I have categories here, right? I have labels. Pick one of them and use that as a title. The the image describes temperature. Done. It also discusses about temperature in different categories, such as Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. All right. Now you see, I'm not thinking. The whole point of this is just to make up the content part by picking something from here and putting that in the template. That's it. All right. So make sure that you do it in that manner. All right, and please memorize the template. That helps you a lot with your fluency. If you remember the template, remember all you need to do is just pick information from there and put that in the template. You don't have to make sense. You don't have to come up with amazing sentences, or you don't have to really construct meaningful sentences. Everything is done using that template. All you need to do is just put information in the template from the image. All right. So for example, over here, a lot of you go you go overboard by overthinking. All right. What is this? It's a house. Literally, whatever you see is what you describe. What else do you see? Sky, mountain, snow, grass. That's it. All right. Categories all sorted. Maximum snow, minimum grass. All right. Whatever I see the most. All right. Whatever I see the most. That's it. Done. So, and then I can describe this. The image describes a house among the snowy mountains. It also provides information about the house in different categories, such as sky, snow, and mountain. It is clear from the image that snow contributes the maximum, whereas on the other hand, grass contributes the minimum. After analyzing the image, it can be concluded that this image is providing crucial information strongly supported by important facts and figures having a great impact on the house. Done. All right. With Retell Lecture, now this is very crucial. This is where a lot of your fluency gets out of whack, all right, and you need to work on that. Now there are two ways of doing Retell Lecture. One is, if you have gone through my lectures, the one method that I talk about in my lectures is through using keywords and phrases, all right. So you generally basically read the whole notes that you have done with by adding just 2 sentences the lecture was about, and read all the all the keywords that you've taken down, and then add the conclusion. There's another way as well, using template. All right, that was in a template too, but there's another template of that's pretty similar to your summarized spoken text, which is about the lecture was about. It also highlights the importance of it is also denoted that it emphasizes on the importance of, and in conclusion we can mention that. Right. So that one you can also use to, if you have problems just reading keywords or phrases. All right. But again, remember, whenever you're reading the keywords and phrases in the technique that we talk about in my lecture, make sure that you group. If you have keywords of 5 keywords, suppose there are 6 keywords, group them together. So what I mean is, here's one, simulation. The other is orbiting a black hole. All right, light and position, backgrounds. And you see that what my job is to make sure that I have a smooth phrasing. Now remember, smooth phrasing is between 5 to 6 words and then micropause. So simulation, orbiting a black hole, light and position, micropause. Background stars, gravity, spin around, micropause. The constellation Orion, event horizon, micropause. Understood? So that's what the job is. But some people end up doing it like this. The lecture was about simulation, orbiting a black hole, light and position, backgrounds, stars, gravity, spin around, constellation, Orion, event, horizon, Orion, stars, spun around. If you do that, there's no flow. All right. So remember that whenever you're performing this, that flow is really important because that's the one that is increasing your fluency. Okay. So you need to take micropauses after 4 to 5 words. So group some of them. The lecture was about simulation orbiting a black hole, light and position, background stars, gravity spin around the constellation Orion, even horizon Orion, stars Orion reappear, spun around. The whole looks normal again, different scenarios, traveling towards black hole, simulation mimics freefall, rocket engines light up the entire universe, and brightening. That's it. See, and then after analyzing the lecture, it can be concluded. You can add that, or if you want to go the other route, where we use the template for similar to summarize spoken text, the lecture was about simulation orbiting a black hole. Furthermore, it emphasized on the importance of light and position of background stars. Moreover, it emphasized on the importance of gravity to spin around. It also emphasized, or it also denoted the constellation Orion, even horizon. Orion star spun around the whole Orion appears. And in conclusion, it mentions that it looks normal again. We define scenarios, traveling black hole, simulation mimics free fall, light of the entire universe, brightening. All right. But again, as you see, I'm grouping those keywords and then I'm taking between 5 to 6 and then I'm taking a micropause. All right. That always helps. The other way you can also improve your fluency is that if you start taking notes in a paragraph rather than in a list, because generally what happens is when we have things in a list, for example, you see my fingers, so you start reading it like bullet points, 1 2 3 4. All right, so instead of having that, make a paragraph, because you're used to reading paragraph. That helps with your fluency as well. So 4 to 5 keywords in the first line, 5 to 6 keywords in the second line, 5 to 6 in the fourth line, third line, like that. And then the lecture was about read the first, then the second, micropause third, then micropause fourth, micropause fifth. All right. So try these methods and I guarantee your speaking score and with regards to fluency is definitely going to improve. All right. As for pronunciation, when you are reading, it makes sure that you are reading with a confident tone, an aggressive tone. All right. And not when I say confident, it doesn't mean scream. It just means you need assertion. That means when you're reading, you are reading it to the computer. You're not asking questions. So understand the difference between asking a question and telling an answer. All right. When I'm telling you, when you're listening to my lectures, or for example, this video, I'm telling you, that's what your job is. I'm not asking questions. If I'm asking questions, it will show hesitation. So are you sure about simulation? See, hesitation, volume is low, fluency is low, as well as my tone is low. But when I'm talking about, the answer, the lecture is about simulation. Now you see the aggression, the assertion, that's very, very important in terms of your pronunciation. So you need to make sure that you're doing that. All right. So this is how generally how you should be performing in your speaking. All right. Please make sure if you have more questions to message us on Facebook or book a consultations with the trainers to help you improve your speaking score. All right. Thanks guys for listening to this video. I will see you guys in the next one.